following program is intended for a mature listening audience. Graphic and explicit language may be heard at times. The views expressed and opinions given by the individual hosts and their guests do not necessarily express those of this station or sponsors. Listeners are advised that neither the station nor owners and agents will be held liable for the content of this program. Rebroadcast, redistributed, or reused without the express written permission without the host or producer is not allowed. You are listening to Family Spirit International.
Hey, what's up, Blaine?
Well, hello, Lee. How are
Hey,
you?
I'm good. I had such a great weekend. We had a couple of weird things happen that just blew my mind. And then we had a couple of things that kind of I hit my head and it still hurts. I don't know if I told you because I was trying to call you in between, but I set my equipment case down next to the mantle. And when I
Yes.
came up, I hit my head on a point like that
Oh,
on the edge of the mantle.
did you hurt
And
the mantle?
I thought I did.
Well, you got such a hard head like me, Lee. I always have to ask that.
I know it. I know it. And it's a good thing I've got, thick hair because I'm sure that helped.
Oh, it did. Yeah, definitely
So,
helped.
hey, Crystal Hill, thank you for
Hi,
watching. And
Crystal.
Anna, I love
Hi,
you. I
Anna.
love you. I love you. David, thank you for being a real strong supporter for Family Spirit
Yeah.
International. IJ, how are you? I'm doing okay today. So this weekend, listen, Blaine, the Belmont delivers. It never lets you down. It was amazing. Hello, my glorious weirdos. I love that one. Here, let me put
Oh,
it up there. How crazy is that? Go, go, go. There it is. So we arrived at the Belmont and we started to set up, and we were just going to have all of it in my hotel room because
hmm
I had a big suite. It was a really big suite.
nice.
So I started to have it there, and then we ended up opening it up in the dining room. And one of the young ladies that was in there in the dining room, um, that came as a vendor, she came last minute,
Hmm.
and she made the most wonderful, like chocolate
Oh,
hand scrubs, and there's scrubs that and
hmm
then you wash your hands, and it just brings like oils and everything. It just feels fantastic. She did shea butter soaps and all kinds of things, and people were just flocking to her, buying her stuff. And then I started seeing family members around, and I'm thinking, why are they? What are they? Why are they helping this young lady? She was 13.
what?
Girl was 13. Her name is Eden. Oh, Anna said she got some lippies. That is so cool. She had lip scrubs and all kinds of things, and she made them by hand.
I'll be
And
damned. Good for her.
absolutely beautiful. She reminds me, oh my God. I was just thinking, she reminds me of how you describe your granddaughter's friends, Brittany's
Yeah.
friends, just
Yeah.
very articulate and mature to be
hmm
young. I think we ought to do a special and let's
Oh,
have
yeah.
Eden on and your granddaughter
Oh, Penny
because
would
that would just
love that.
kill it,
Oh,
man.
gosh. She would love that.
Okay, so all of you listening, please put comments in of who you think we should have on the show for these young ladies to interview. I mean, should it be someone like Andrea Perrin, or should it be someone like we've had several people on, like, maybe Mustafa Gadalore or Brandon Alves, or it could just be someone that has a really cool ghost story to do with a young person that is in
Yeah.
spirit. So, I mean, just give me your ideas. I know that you're watching, Gwen, Anna, David, Jay, all of you guys that are watching. Uh, just if you've got some ideas, throw them at us, because I am really missing Brittany. really bad.
Yeah, I miss Brittany and Penny.
Yeah, I enjoyed talking to Penny, but I've got to spend more time with Brittany, and essence, her spirit is so pure, and God, I can
Yeah,
see you all in her, and
yeah.
it's just so cute.
Well, yeah, Penny is a trip. I mean, she's our granddaughter, and she is just wonderful. And how much she loved it made her feel so good that she was on our show.
Yes,
That
it did.
she bragged to all her friends. We even got my daughter Brittany to come on for a little bit. She said hi, and but she was ready to go. I think she just let Penny enjoy the glory, and I was glad too because that child was like perfect. It's like she's been doing this for years, and I've told her for a long time she is an old soul. Her and Brittany both are old souls, like we are.
They are. They absolutely are. And I wish I could get my daughter on, but the grandbabies, they're still toddlers, so they've got
Oh
her
yeah,
on foot.
and that
They
too
came
is a
by
handful.
today. They came by
Oh,
today because this weekend is Isabella's birthday, and I've bought them a huge dollhouse. And Mia came inside while Matt stayed outside. And then mom went out there so the girls could stay in their car seats. And
mhm.
I brought Mia in and I said, "What do you think about this dollhouse?" And she's like, "Oh my God, that is so it."
Oh
And
my goodness.
but I looked up the dollhouse parts online. They cost as much as the house.
What?
So Uncle Elijah's going to have to break out the 3D printer.
That's what I'm talking about.
Very funny, very funny. The kids' stuff is so expensive. We'll see where this goes. But we're talking and gushing about the grandbabies and such. But guys, you know what we're going to talk about. We had a great ghost hunt this past weekend at the Belmont Inn in Abbeville, South Carolina. I owe Brandon Cooper a big round of thanks for him
Mhm.
bringing out all seven of his Pelican cases, and people were just flocking around, and they're like, "Oh, that looks really cool! Wow, that's really cool!" And then they'd start to walk away, and he'll open another box, and then they all come running back. It was like the Pied Piper.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
so funny. And there's a bunch of people that have questions for you, Brandon, in class tomorrow. They're talking about some of the device. There you are. Thank you. They're talking about some of the devices you had, and some want to make them. So yeah, they need their Uncle
Okay.
Brandon in the house.
Got it. Got it.
I just decided we should talk a bit about the Belmont, but for now, I think we need to talk about the Gilded Bat because there's a lot happening at the Gilded Bat. Okay, so let me give you the tea. Do you know what that means to give you the tea?
Mhm.
Because that's a new slang. I heard that and I'm like, what the heck? Yeah, I'll take sweet tea. What are you talking about? No, that
Yeah.
means the gossip, spill the tea, tell the story.
Mm.
So, all right, so here's the tea. Komatsu is a big company in Newberry, and when they broke ground, they for some reason didn't check. I don't know how that would come about because I don't know that they would be required to check, but they were digging, getting ready to build, and their big crane caught something, and it broke a cast iron casket of a child.
Oh.
And back at that point, people that were wealthy, because there was so much death, with consumption and the smallpox and the influenza, it's just so much. A lot of people passed, not just kids. But if you were wealthy, you would get a cast iron coffin, and it has a glass mirror here.
Mhm.
And so when they hit the coffin, it broke the cast iron, but they were able to put it together, and they called the local historian. Hey, do you know anything about this? What is this? And by the time it was done, and they had relocated, you know, all of the different coffins that were there were between 6 or 7 cast iron coffins that they had unearthed, and they needed to move them. and people in town could come see them because you don't see these types of things anymore. These cast iron coffins, and the legend is, I've heard this story before from people in Newberry. They said that the child in the coffin was a girl. It wasn't a girl. It was a boy with long curls,
Hmm.
and they buried him in a velvet outfit. And there was a thing up so that nobody could see in there. And when all this movement, it fell, and he was in complete, he's completely intact. You know, just and then they ended up fixing it, and then people could come see the casket themselves. But there was one family separate from that story. There's one family who had a child, and they bought that coffin, and they put their little girl. From what I understand, it's a girl. Like I said, they went to put her in the ground, and the family just couldn't do it. They just left her in the coffin.
Hmm.
And after the parents died, and all of those, the immediate family members, they did bury her. But then I told you this before, they saw a little girl looking for her doll. Anna's saying better preservation than mummification based on the photo I saw. You're right, Anna. It was
Yeah.
amazing. The embalming process and how beautiful it did preserve those children. But finally, the ghost activity and the scandalous nature of it all was so big that they dug the child up, and they had the coffin and the child in the coffin. They ended up taking it to the museum. Well, we're getting access to the museum, and we're also getting access to a building. Let me get the name of it because it's a store that I've never been to. It is on a ghost tour that this lady does. Okay. She's taking my class. Alice, you remember the little lady Alice that you taught? She was in the back with Mama.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, her name is Alice, and the name of the shop is Pieces of Time. So we will be investigating that along with the Gilded Bat. The Gilded Bat has 4 rooms, and they are huge. They're more like suites. I have the Lilith room, and they've got the Lilith room, the Medusa room, the Bride of Dracula. I wanted that one so bad. It's just draped and dipped in black satin. Beautiful. Anyway, then there's the Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde room. So I'm excited. It may be a little bit smaller of an event because Abbeville is known for, having the paranormal. But this Newberry, town, part of Main Street, from what I've heard, I've got a lot of research to do, is built on a cemetery.
Hmm.
So, yeah, we got a lot going on. There's even ghost tours there. So, I mean, why not take the time to really dig into this? And, Jason Hawes and Steve Gonzalez came to Newberry to investigate.
Nice.
Yeah. And my book, Family Spirit, there's an investigation we did in Newberry in the book. The Old Southern Hotel is in the book. So, okay. So Rizzo's saying she's buying new sneakers so she can walk if she needs to.
Nice.
She's been sick, Blaine.
Poor
She missed
baby.
this past weekend. So I'm ready
Feeling
to
sick.
have her. Yes, healing scent, Tracy. Oh man, it's been a lot. I met so many wonderful people, and I had no idea that when I set my medicine wheel and did a energy boost, that Brandon, you want to come on? Come on and tell. We could talk a little bit about room 26, my room. Now, first of all, I want you to know I slept like a baby, like a baby. I didn't have anything happen other than the TV turned itself on and off a couple times. It didn't turn the channel, which would have been cool. But yeah, we had that happen. And let's see. When I walked into the room, the entire coffee table, everything, the
Yep.
the REM pods, the K2s, went straight to red. And it was like a heartbeat. Whoom, whoom.
Oh, that's
Then your 7 showed up and started asking, "Where's Blaine? Where's
Mhm.
Blaine?" And so I was telling the class, right? Those of you that are listening and watching and in the chat, you know what I'm talking about. And I said, "That's 7." And they were like, "7 what? We don't have 7 K2s." I said, "No, his name's 7."
oh my
And
Right.
goodness.
yeah, and so they figured it out and they said, "Blaine's not here today." And then we did exactly like you said and explained to 7, "Could you go get the other spirits in
Hmm.
the area?" He said he was going outside to get them too.
Hmm.
And he brought in a lady that had died giving birth to twins. And she had had 2 miscarriages before that. And I I think the twins were there too. Very
I think so.
interesting.
Yeah.
Gwen, is that what you think? Oh, Gwen said, "Thank you for sending 7, Blaine. We really appreciate
I
that."
told y'all anytime you want to use 7, I don't own him. I let other people use him. I wanted him to use him because he's been so good for us doing what
Yeah.
we do. And he's so good at getting spirits there. He's so good at getting spirits away from that realm back to where they
Yes.
belong. But he's not taking the spirits out of the house. He's just taking them out of our realm for a few minutes where the energy's not connected to us
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah. He's sort of like the way Matt uses his grand uncle, Colonel Rydell Hoover. We call him the Colonel because he'll
Hmm.
come in and do roll call. He'll
Yep.
he'll get all the chaos to stop and get it put back together. I mean,
Hmm.
he's these spirits that help us are really wonderful.
Oh
you
yeah.
know. And the last unit I did before, before I turned it over to you when we were teaching, we talked about attachments. And there's a big difference between having a friend that's in the supernatural that does things to help you and love you
Hmm.
than an entity that is a parasite that is pulling your energy, or one that has negative intent on your life and is trying to lead you down paths that will ultimately either hurt you or not have your best interest. Oh, okay. So Mike is saying, well, thank you, Mike. Mo Sargi decided to drop his episode about the Belmont Inn that he did earlier this year, well, late last year. Um, so he dropped it today, right after the Paracon. So, I really appreciate that. I mean, who does that? He held that so that we could all be together and release all of our stuff together. I mean, he really is like a brother. So
Yeah.
Mike is saying that when we do another live with Mo, he wants to know because he also watched the Belmont episode. Well, thank you so much. Okay, so the Gilded Bat. I can't wait. I have wanted to investigate this. We signed up, the class and I signed up in October for a Halloween party. And just my luck, I was doing an investigation before the party and I was going down a ladder. Yes, I was going down a ladder and in wedge heels on top of it, which I shouldn't even be in heels to start with. And I about busted my bootay. I almost had a second.
Okay.
I almost had a second crack. So after I jolted myself real bad, I had honestly I had thrown my back out. I went to get up and I couldn't. So I called and said I can't make it. And so, the team just went to the Halloween party, investigated like they wanted to, and had a wonderful time. And I was so jelly. So jelly.
I know that feeling. That's how I was all weekend. Jelly.
Well, you
Mexican
coming?
jelly.
Well, maybe this time, since it's a little more of an intimate setting. Well, now Brandon's gone. 2 cracks. That's right. I was gonna be Madame Two Crack. That was gonna be my new name. Oh, it was awful. I'm such a klutz. I mean, I can dance. I can really dance, but I can't walk across the room or set my box down without nearly knocking myself out. Hey, Gwen, Kim Turner just called me. Could you please call her and let her know I'm on the show? She might want the link or something. I want her to join us, but I can't do it right now. So, can I send you some pictures of can we share screens and go to the Gilded Bat website?
Yep. Give me a minute.
Thanks, Gwen. Okay, so while he's doing that, hey Carmen, thank you for joining us. Um, the Newberry. There's Christopher. Hey, Christopher. Let me bring
I
him in.
didn't have internet
So,
for that. Hello.
okay, I wondered what happened.
I
We're
didn't have
just.
internet for close to an hour and a half.
Oh crap! I got a new candle from. Let me back up. See it?
Mm-hmm.
It's one of from the Candle Witch Company, and this one is called Funeral Flowers.
Nice.
So I'm lighting funeral flowers and I'm sending love to Rachel King. Thank you, Rachel, for these. This smells divine, by the way. I don't know if you can see it. The smells are good. This one's a lot like a chrysanthemum. I guess that's why she calls it funeral flowers. Okay, the Gilded Bat. The Gilded Bat, the home was actually owned by a doctor in the area, a very prominent doctor, and it was built in the year 1900. And eventually it fell into a like a probate situation. It got hung up with probate. And so we had some trouble, getting a lot of that information because a probate held it up, but then a real estate agent was able to get it released and put it into, um, to be sold. There, can you read that, Brandon? Can you read it? I can't read it, but
Yeah.
absolutely fantastic place. And this lady is from New Orleans.
The Gilded Bat. Come experience a unique stay at our historic Gothic themed bed and breakfast. Our beautifully decorated rooms will transport you to another time. Each room has its own story and is equipped with modern amenities for comfort. The owner will be there to greet you personally and make you feel at home. Enjoy a delicious breakfast in the comfort of your room or relax in the parlor of your
The
choice.
parlor.
Our
Now,
location makes exploring the city's historic sites and attractions easy. Book your stay for unforgettable memories. There you go.
I am so excited about going because I am staying in the Lilith room. Do you see the thingy for the Lilith room? Christopher, you need to see this. Hey Kimberly, thank you for coming.
Yeah, I wanted to stay in the Jekyll and Hyde room if I got to come up this weekend.
Well,
that's not
it's
happening.
not going anywhere, and neither am I, and neither are you. We will be able to go back. I want us. There's a festival going in the theater, the historic theater. Remember, you met the lady.
Yeah.
So what I would like to do is do another hunt later. I want to do the cemetery, the Quaker cemetery. A lot of people don't know that that Newberry has a Quaker cemetery. I want to go there, and the Victorian cemetery. I want to go to these ghost tours with April, who's in the class, and I want to do the Gilded Bat. And look at that! Look at that! That's where I'm staying. I am so excited. And we're also going to stay here later on in the month when I take Matt to go see Stevie Nicks. Woohoo!
I would love to see that place someday.
It's beautiful, Christopher. There
is.
is not an elevator, so you would need to be able to do well with stairs. See Medusa there? You see how big that sofa is,
Yeah.
which is original to the house. I mean, it's just insane. The
Yeah.
front porch has a black lantern. You could go out there and sit on the veranda and have your coffee. Yes, Lauren, it is amazing. Very
Yes,
cool.
it is.
So, are there any people watching that would like to get tickets? Because I am getting tickets. I am going to reduce the rate. There are no more rooms, but I will open my place, my room, for any ghost hunts. And we will be going, like I said, to the other stores. And if we have time for a cemetery, that would be a good one. Thomas, I wish you lived closer. I really do. He said I would love to. Uh, if you lived closer, he would definitely go, and I would love to have you there. And I really would like for you, Thomas, to meet Erica, the owner of the Gilded
She's
Bat.
awesome.
She is originally from New Orleans, and she's got a beautiful porcelain embalming table in the foyer,
Mm-hmm. Before you.
and then a coffin in the spooky parlor, because the whole place has got a twinge of goth. I mean, it could be
Mhm.
the Adams family house, no
Yeah.
joke. And then the other side is her inheritance from her mother. So it's a little more norm, a little more norm. But then if you go upstairs, she's got a cast iron stove that was normally like a wood burning stove, and she's got it all electric.
Mm.
Absolutely incredible. Yes,
Yeah.
Kim, she is fantastic.
Yeah. She is.
Well, Tracy, what are you talking about? If you had a room, she'd have people stay. Do you need a room? Oh, okay. She's got family using it at the moment. What I was going to say is there's people that could stay at the hotel that's in Newberry, the one that Jason Hawes and Steve Gonzalez stayed at, the Hampton Inn that's next to the Opera House. Oh, wouldn't that be incredible if we could do the Opera House and then the theater, maybe the museum, and then stay at the Gilded Bat and just investigate till we drop, like we did in Alabama.
Yeah.
Ooh, I got to get that working, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Tom, if you come here, I'll put together a ghost hunt for us, so you'll have more people and more equipment. More than you. If you're coming here, I'm assuming you may fly, so that's why I'm saying that. But yeah, Erica's a sweetheart. A doctor owned the house, he and his wife, and they had 6 children. And I find it very interesting that we felt children running through the place. And
Oh
then
yeah.
my students, when I say my students, I'm talking about these guys are tops. I mean, really, they're a student only in the way that they had enrolled in a class. I would put their investigative abilities up against 80% of the teams out there, because they are very aware of what they're doing. I mean, Blaine, you did a great job teaching class, man.
Thank you.
The things that you thought of. And everything that we wrote down about rules, I read it out to everybody and put it on the board there. So your lesson continued on.
Right on. Hey, that's what I put them out there for. But yeah,
uh,
I love to go to bat, and that place is so cool. It's like she's talking about the children when we were in there, just sitting for the first time I'd ever been into the place, and
yes, go for
I'm
it.
like, how many children lived here? And
That's right.
the look on her face, like, how do you know that? I'm like, I'm hearing them play. I'm hearing the regular children, and there were slaves. There were servants in this house, not slaves. There were servants in this house that brought their children with them. And I could hear all the little kids playing, running through the house, upstairs, downstairs. And I think it freaked her out because I kept hearing them. And then like Saturday, I told y'all there'd be children at the hotel there because I was hearing
And
them.
there were children there. The lady, now this is something that Brandon brought up a point about, because I don't know if it was is Brent on chat? Gwen,
Yeah,
is
she's on
Brent
chat.
on chat? Okay, I see Gwen is, but I don't know if Brent is. Um, we were in room 8, and that's when we started having all of those strange things happen. A lady would scream, and she was in labor, and she indicated that she had not been able to. I'm going to turn my screen off. There's nothing wrong with me sitting here like this, but that thing in the back was irritating me. Thank you, Gwen. I appreciate you messaging him, because they were part of the safety team, so they went in all the places. In room 8, the Belmont opened. Yes, Agatha, Kim, thank you. Kim was the star investigator of the night. Way to go, Kim Turner. Woo!
So she picked up on my Agatha that I picked up there. We were eating brunch. That's funny.
Yes. Yes, but I didn't tell her, did I, Kim? I
No.
didn't tell you anything. I was saying, "Oh, what about the name Agnes?" She said, "No, it's Agatha." And then boom, it came up on the ghost box, Agatha.
Yep.
And she was at the Abbeville Hospital. She had 2 miscarriages. See, no, I didn't tell him. I did not tell her. See, this is the first time she's been able to synchronize what she was feeling with a team and direct questions and stuff like that. I mean, it was smooth.
Nice.
It was smooth, smooth. I'm so proud of her. So, yes, Andy got the award last time when we did the Belmont. She's getting it this time. So,
Right on.
I'm over the moon. But anyway, Agatha, bless her heart, with her, Anna actually is the one that sang out on this, because she's a healthcare professional, and she was saying that people that have had problems like with miscarriages, and now they're pregnant with twins, it's very easy for them to go into premature labor, and uterus ruptures and things like that. And she said she died at the Abbeville Hospital. So I guess she was just wandering through the town, and Seven went and got her and brought her in. But I don't know what was going on with the twins. I couldn't tell if they lived or not. Girls, you're here, so maybe you can. There's a lot that went on with the Belmont, but I know that the Belmont is the owners are very particular about the hauntings. They don't want anyone to feel uncomfortable. And I do want to say they stuck me in the supposed to be the most active room of the Belmont, and I slept like a baby. It was a great, comfortable bed. Gwen saying she thinks one of the twins lived, but now they're both deceased. So it's hard to say, but we need to find a way to try to maybe research that. It's hard to know how to do that. But the one thing that kept coming through the ghost box was, and it was like 3 or 4 times, the walls have secrets. The walls have secrets. And see, it's not the Belmont owners, it's the people that came through. What were their secrets? There was one lady that we know of that was very deeply involved with a type of witchcraft. We don't know what. She got in the room and went crazy, and they had to basically come in the door by force and get her out of there. And that was, during the Victorian era. There was another person that was a performer that was over at the Opera House. She worked hard to get the job. She had an understudy. She got so sick, the understudy had to do her job. And, so she went there and sat in the balcony away from everybody and watched her understudy do, the part. And then after that, she gave a standing ovation. She went back to the inn. She laid down and died. So don't know why, but that's what happened to her. And the comedian that I experienced with, Jeff Leeper, he told me that yes, he wanted to talk to me, and he said, "I'm a comedian, and I'm dying to meet you." I'm dying to meet you. I was like, okay, I see. Oh, Thomas Gormley is saying that he has several psychic friends that have spirit guides named Seven.
Yep. Seven gets out there. He is what I like to call a technician. On the other side, he's like almost like an old operator where you plugs into the different lines and stuff, but his is more modernized. But he's very good at what he does. And it's weird. Earlier when you guys were talking, I was going to ask if Luna is near you because I hear something sound.
Her, she's asleep.
Okay, I heard it. It sounds just like a big cat just purring. It's like,
That's her.
wow.
Oh, yeah, her name is Princess Luna Simone, and she is sound asleep. She's got her horror blanket, and she's snuggled up with her little sister Ginger, and they are snuggling here asleep.
Yeah,
Oh
Thomas
man,
Seven can be a spirit guide as well because I've had him come up and like with Lee and them this weekend asking for me. And I've had it so many times where I'll be at the house and I'll have several people from different locations go, this Seven guy keeps asking for you.
isn't that something? Because that's exactly how that came about. I heard
Yep.
7, and I got a message saying something about 7. And I said, "Oh, that's Blaine's." And they were asking you if he was asking for you. So he knew that you had sent him, and he was like, "Well, where are you? Where'd he go?" And
Well, that's funny. He likes to ask me, and if I don't talk to him like at least once or twice a month, he'll get mad at me. Like,
he
where'd you
loves
been?
you. He loves you. He
But yeah,
does.
he's been so good for us, and I tell
Yeah.
everybody to use him because he's like dead balls accurate every time he does something for us.
All right. So, can we make some fun predictions? Those of you that are watching and in chat, could you please? Yes, 7 did keep asking for Blaine. Kim, joined after she didn't know what we had been talking about it. So
Mm.
that tells you there she didn't hear what we said earlier, and she's confirming it. So cool beans. Do we have any predictions of what we might see at the Gilded Bat? Yes. Oh, I forgot to tell you this. Oh my gosh. Here, let me play it. Matthew and I were laying in the bed, and we were asleep. And I don't know what exactly happened, but it woke Matt up. It woke me up. It sounded like somebody had a wrench or something or a screwdriver and was tapping on the bathroom pipes, but there's no pipes in there like that. Here, let me hold on. So y'all, Matthew and I see him asleep. Just heard something go tink in the bathroom, like somebody took tink, a wrench or something and banged a pipe. You heard it too. 26, room 26.
Mhm.
Good night, y'all.
Damn. No, Lee, that's almost as bad as the night. I'm trying to remember the hotel I was staying at. Oh, I was doing an event down in Texas, and I'm the only one in the room, and I hear somebody clear their throat in the bathroom. Like when the man first got up, I heard it.
No way.
Oh yeah. Then the ptooey in the sink. I'm like,
oh crap.
I'm like, who the hell's in my room? And I walked in and like this fragile old looking man spirit was in there. And I was like, dude, go use somebody else's sink. I don't want to hear you hawking my
Yeah,
sink.
we ain't gonna be hawking up nothing. Oh, and
it was loud too.
Kim said that Gwen got woken up. They woke her up too. Here, let me show you this.
We need to bring Kim and Gwen on the show and let them talk about what they experienced.
I think so too. Watch the flashlight. Watch. Right out. Boom.
Nice.
I was eating chicken wings while we were trying to investigate this because I didn't get to eat all day. So pardon the chicken. Mo was giving me a hard time about my chicken wings. I said, dude, I didn't get to eat all day. They were Parmesan garlic chicken wings from next door.
Oh my goodness.
So it was off the chain. It really was. But I do need to bring the ladies on. But I want to wait until after we get past the Gilded Bat.
Okay.
So that we can make some parallels. I wanted to do this, but Jim wanted to be on the show and he wasn't available tonight. So I'm going to wait at his request to talk about the Belmont because he's been very busy. Okay, now Tom is back and he's saying he has taps and okay, can you read that? He has taps and white mist in the 1790 inn while in Savannah, Georgia. Okay, cool. We are going to Savannah, Tom, if you want to go.
Let me know when. I'll be there. I've been wanting to go back.
Well, we're going in June. Now,
Okay.
I didn't get to tell you this either. I don't think. Um, I had to go to Tennessee this past weekend just before uh, the event. Um, okay, Gwen's saying, I think we will meet the original. Oh, I got you. I have a spirit guide named Kendrick, and he's with me a lot. I got him from a reading. A friend, a family member wanted to talk to him, and he was just bored. He was bored. You know how it happens. And I said, do you want to go with me to these ghost hunts? And he'll just show up about the time I'm getting ready to go to a ghost hunt. I went to the Gilded Bat, and because he did not ask to come in, he just followed me in. The lady in spirit that owned the Gilded Bat, the lady of the house, she smacked him and knocked him out of the house. She's old fashioned,
Oh
and
yeah.
he said, "Ma'am, please don't hit me again. Please don't hit me." And so finally, she let him in, and it was okay. But man, I heard it. I physically heard it. And I was like, oh, Kendrick. And then you could hear it on the ghost box. I was hearing it and then they were hearing it. It was just really cool.
Well, that's
Um,
why I asked before I went in there. Do you mind if I come in the house? I made
yes,
sure
you did. You knew right away.
because I can see her on the other side of that door, just looking through me. Good. If that little sumbitch walks in my house without asking permission, I'm gonna mess him up.
Now, you could probably walk over her because the lady was a very tiny
Oh
lady,
yeah.
but in spirit, she gets pretty fierce, as
Uh,
fierce as she was then.
I don't mess with little lady spirits. They're mean.
They're
Jana was a
tough.
Jana was a prime example. She's like 5'2",
Many
5'3",
small.
mini
Many small.
small, and they ferocious. No.
Yes, they are. Okay, so here's a nice write up about the Gilded Bat. Come experience a unique stay at the historic goth themed bed and breakfast. The beautifully decorated rooms will transport guests to another time. Each room has its own story and is equipped with modern amenities for comfort. See, if she had restored the house to the original, it wouldn't be indoor plumbing or power.
Mm-mm.
So, the owner will be there to greet guests personally and make them feel at home. Guests can enjoy a delicious breakfast in the comfort of their room or relax in the parlor of their choice. The bed and breakfast location makes exploring the city, historic sites, and attractions very easy. Visitors are encouraged to book their stay today and make unforgettable memories at this Gothic bed and breakfast. Now, I do want to say that around Christmas time, Newberry is it's like I don't know if you've ever seen there's a TV show oh no, what's the name of this show? Which oh no, I'm coming. It's coming. Don't worry. Um the name of the show is not Bewitched or Witch. It's coming. I'll get it in my head in just a second. My memory's failing me. But there's a series. Those of you listening, please help me out because my brain, I've got a headache. I told you I have a headache. Um, Good Witch. There it is.
Oh
The
yeah,
Good
yeah.
Witch. Okay, so Good Witch is about a little town. I think it's more of a New England town because there's more snow and things like that. But the little shops and businesses are so quaint. The lady that owns the Gray House Bed and Breakfast also owns the Bell Book and Candle store, and she also does herbal remedies. And that's very similar to what's happening at Christmas time. If you watch some of the Christmas books, um, or watch the shows, Christmas episodes, you'll see it's Newberry at Christmas time. So that's a good time to stay there. Thank you, Kimberly. Your pendulums were beautiful. We
Thank
did
you.
have one we gave away for the door prize.
Right on.
And I sold one. I didn't sell it. Kim sold it, or Gwen, because they worked the table, and you girls killed it. Thank you so much. So I need to send you money.
No, you don't. Hold it till I get up there. That's just going to our fund for other things.
Oh, okay, that sounds good.
And y'all, I want to let you know I put a lot of energy, a lot of love into those, and I'm glad you like them. I made them because I was guided to make them. And Lee helped me out a whole lot by getting me the stones from the Cherokee chief up there in South Carolina. And those things have, if y'all knew how much energy went into those, not just the people that did the stones for us, Lee and Matt blessed them. I blessed them as well. And yeah, those things were just a labor of love, and I love doing them. And I will get back to making more. I just haven't had a chance because we've been dealing with a lot of other issues right now, but I will start making more.
Well, I appreciate them. I think they're beautiful. And oh, Kim says one chose her.
Exactly. They all
Yeah,
choose you.
they all do that. And Gwen is saying that the energy was wonderful. And I did do medicine wheel for the first time in public setting like that. So that meant a lot. It wasn't just a class.
Right on.
So and it really set things off too. I think that's why it was so active. But yes, Good Witch is filmed in Ontario, Canada. And I wanted to go to that location when I was filming. Maybe I will one day, but it's just like New England. And the Christmas, decorations and the quaint town, the look, the
Did you,
delis.
did you hear that voice?
Mm-hmm.
I
It
heard
was like,
something.
it was, stop it. Sounded like that. Stop it. There it goes again.
Are you sure that's not Luna?
No, this thing spoke. No, Luna's got a
Okay,
different sound.
here, I'm going to put my headset at her so you guys can hear it real quick. Just a second.
No,
Okay, that's Luna snoring.
no. She's got a steady rhythm. This thing was like, stop it. Or it said some kind of words. I couldn't understand what it said because it said it so fast. But
Okay, let's just take a second. Gwen heard it. Becky heard it. And Tracy's saying that wasn't it. All right, I'm going to shut up and let's just count to 10. Nothing?
no, that wasn't Luna.
All right.
Because hers is
Well,
a different total sound to it. This was real guttural.
yeah, that's what I heard too. The second time I didn't hear it clearly. The first time I couldn't go into what I thought I would hear. Okay,
Yeah.
David heard it too. So we've got a lot.
Hey,
Something's
Mike,
going on
use
here.
whatever protection you feels proper for you, whatever religious beliefs you are. If you're Christian, say a prayer. If you're something else, Muslim, say a prayer. Do whatever you feel comfortable with. We don't force anything on anybody, so do what does you best. Okay.
Yes, yes. Now, Mike, there's a couple of things that you can do besides just saying a prayer. There's things that you can do to your own energy. Um, Somebody actually showed me this once. I think it was Margie. She took her dowsing rods and she said, show me Lee's aura." And then the dowsing rods opened, and she said, "All right, close them. If you're going in here, we need to close it." And then I mentally said, "Close my," and I physically pulled it back in, and then the dowsing rods went whoop, just like
Mhm.
that. And then I take, with my intention, I say I want white light around me. I actually started by having my skin, like thick skin. I was saying that I want thick skin, and then I pushed it out a little bit because I didn't want anything even that close. And I said, okay, how far out should I push it? And I finally got out till I was about that far, okay, from my shoulder. And then I just kind of put something around it. The way I envision it is like having a candle and the candle light going out. That's how I measured it. And then I just put it around. I had to make the decision at one point, do I want to be invisible or do I want to be seen? Like fish in a container. So you can do that yourself, and then you can ask the creator, like Blaine said, whatever religion you are, to protect you and keep your powers, your energy positive. Right, Blaine? Is that
Yes. Yes.
okay?
And call upon your ancestors. That's what they're there for. Uh, if you're Christian or whatever, call for the angels. Whatever makes you feel happy. Okay.
Just don't overdo it like I
Yeah.
did several times because I cleared the whole place and there's no point in investigating. I messed up. But I think that personally, now Blaine, you might feel, let me get Brandon on here. Brandon, do you think that the prayer before an investigation or the one after is more powerful? Uh-oh, he's working on his sound. I personally feel that the one afterwards is important. Stating your intention before going bouncing into a place is always smart, but
Yeah,
you
that's
don't
what
know
I
what you're
said
going into.
after. So
If
more,
you go into a place that's super active, your prayer needs to adjust to that energy.
yes.
At least that's my feeling.
Yeah, I think after is the more important. I mean, set your
Yeah,
intention at the beginning, but
that's what I thought too. Blaine, what do you feel?
Well, I do both because I'll go out in the backyard and give praise to the Great Spirit and all the tribes that are around. But
I
that's
like it when you offer tobacco. The way you do
oh,
it is really very ceremonial and very beautiful.
that's how I was taught to do it, and I like to do that to
It's
protect
old
us.
fashioned.
I love it
mm,
where it gives protection to us during the investigation, but after we leave, the family's protected. Now they've got the Native American spirits on their side, and they're just like, I've never had to go back to a house I've cleansed.
Oh no, you've never had to.
Mm-mm.
I didn't know if that had remained that way, but 10 years ago, 12
I'm
years
batting a
ago,
thousand, still batting
yeah.
a thousand.
Christopher, can I ask you to do a favor for everyone?
Yeah.
Would you mind if you could get some prayers together of different religions that can be said before investigations and after? That would be a
Hmm.
beautiful gift. Don't give it now, but if you could get it together, we can put it out the next show. And that would be a
Okay.
lovely gift. So, the topic tonight has been a recap of what we experienced at the Belmont Inn in Abbeville, South Carolina, and what's going on this coming weekend at the Gilded Bat. I've got someone here asking what is the topic for the night. The topic for tonight is methodology for ghost hunting, and we're just going to go around the table here.
Becky.
All right, Becky, thank you for watching, and she's saying
Hi,
that
Becky.
it's respectful for both you and the spirits. And that is what we're talking about
Yep.
tonight.
Becky.
How do you affect the spirits around you? Have you ever thought, and I know you guys on the right here know this, but those watching, has it ever occurred to you that you can actually exploit spirits? It's true. I feel like exploiting spirits is a lot what people that provocation is very much akin to um, very much like the provocation is disrespectful, put it that way.
Yeah.
Now, I realize that there are some that you have to do that with because you're needing to discipline them. I'm not talking about that.
No,
I'm talking about um, just in general, being bossy to
the
spirits
ones
and
that like to walk into the house first thing is like, "Hey, look, you dumb MF over! You're gonna speak to us like, okay, you do that in front of me, and you will get a wrath of a size 14. I
yeah,
will kick you in the ass with a pair of steel-toed size 14. Then I'm gonna put my other foot up your ass.
Yeah.
So we're both going to the emergency room to get my feet at your ass. So
You know,
please
Blaine
don't
is
put that
like
in
a
front of me.
Sasquatch. You don't want the wrath of the beast because he's a beast. Oh my God. Hey, Jenny. Jenny came to the Belmont
Hey,
with her
Jenny.
husband, Douglas. That's a big deal
I know
because
Jeannie.
Douglas hadn't really been a part of it much,
Well, I felt
So,
so bad because Jeannie says, "You're going to be there, right?" I said, "Baby, Miss Jeannie, I can't be there." And she said, "I'm so disappointed that that me and Douglas couldn't meet you in person." I said, "Look, if I could have been there, I'd have more than happily been there instead of sitting here with no car."
honey, it's going to come. Now we've got a deer truck.
Yeah, I know.
Matt's truck is, and don't even get me started on, somebody dropped a bunch of corn, like a bag ripped or something that the truck was carrying. And there were 3 deer right there in a row that had been killed, and more than that, that crossed the road that could have caused much more damage. I don't know. There have been people that have said someone did this on purpose. I don't know that that's the case. I just know that it was awful. Matt saw, as he was going down the road, he saw another whole group of people going down the road, and a damn deer jumped out in front of them, and they nailed it.
Not a
He
damn deer.
watched it. A damn deer. A
Not a
damn
damn
deer.
deer.
Damn
A
deer.
That old
dumb
damn
deer.
deer. That's
Hey,
it.
the only accident I've ever been charged for in my whole life, and this is funny. The car was sitting in my dad's house in Huntsville, Alabama. A deer ran into it. I was over in Panama, waiting on that car to be picked up, taken to Charlotte or Charleston to be sent down there. I wasn't even in the car, got charged with an accident, and I called my insurance and said, "How are you charging me for an accident? I'm not in the country." And I had to send them a copy of my orders and a letter from my commander saying I was not in the States. So then they actually, I think the insurance company took it off of me, and the state of Alabama took it off of me. I'm like, this is bullshit. I got an accident. I wasn't even there. At least let me hit the deer. Damn.
Right?
I'm trying to find a picture of the truck because it's bad. Oh, I did find this, however. This is my friend Mark Clark. And I know you know who he is because
Yeah.
he was at the Aiken thing. Check out. Remember when you were teaching and you talked about the vest?
Mm-hmm.
This came in after. See his vest? It's here's a better one.
Yeah.
Here. See how he tricks it out? He had the ability to have 28 pieces of equipment
Oh, yeah.
strapped. So he has a body cam. Now this is not what he looks like now. This man has lost about 40, 50 pounds. He does cosplay too. You ought to see his Sasquatch outfit. It's crazy. He does Chewbacca. He does Darth Vader. Name it, he's done it. See his vest? Yeah, he's a good guy. He's been to so many places all over the world. So many places to investigate. All right, so these are some of the students. This is Christy and Kyle. Laura did a great job, didn't she? Brandon, she did a good
Oh,
job
yeah.
as a safety officer, and she
Yep.
was great in room 28 when we were doing all that. She just came into her own, man. But that's Halloween. Laura, golly, who is that? I don't know who that is. And Christy and Kyle in their outfit from Halloween at the Gilded Bat. We're not dressing this time. Here's the class from last time. And these are most of the ones we have this time. Very happy. I am so blessed to have these people in my life. Thank you, Gwen. You got my back, girl. All right, prepare for your heart to be broken.
Yep.
Oh.
Matt
Wow.
calls this 3500 Dodge Ram truck. He called it Maggie for a megalodon shark, being so big and everything.
Mm-hmm.
He's so proud of it. Um,
I think he needed more Dodge and less Ram there.
Yeah,
I agree.
I know he should have dodged instead of ran, but hey, it happens.
Okay, Mike has got us another question. Mike, you're just helping so much. How do you heighten your awareness of the spiritual realm?
we
Mushrooms.
mushrooms. Yeah, right. Mushrooms. Yeah. Peyote.
No,
No, kidding.
no.
I'm
I don't
kidding.
know.
No,
I wouldn't know
no.
what that looked like if I had it right in front of me. I wouldn't know. The way
Well,
that I heighten my spiritual awareness is that I have to, you know, how when you investigate with equipment, you get a baseline.
hmm
Okay. I have to get quiet and kind of just like peel away all the distractions and stress of the day and whatnot. And then just kind of breathe and be like, okay, so what is my resting mental state? Have you ever heard that old, it's not very much old saying, but, resting bitch face, what is your resting bitch face?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this one is, what is my mental state? Is it am I depressed? Am I in a perpetual state of anger? And that happens when you're grieving,
hmm
anger stage and depression stage. So you have to know where you're coming from, and that's also what you're putting out.
And
So
Mike,
figure out where you
yeah,
are. So if you start feeling other emotions that aren't yours, you know that you're picking up on something.
the
It's kind
Mike,
of like getting a base reading.
another thing you can do too, Mike, is don't think about it. Let it happen, and don't open yourself up to it. Just don't think about it. Let it naturally happen, because the more you try to think about it, the more your mind's going to tell you, nope, not today, son. Nope, it ain't happening. So don't think about it. Just let it come to you. And never, like I told class, never give your own energy. If you do, you're just, I'm sorry, I'll say it out loud. You're stupid. Okay.
Yeah, because that's a great way to get an attachment.
Yeah, no shit.
Partially, there are such things as spiritual beings that are never human. They've never been human. They're not angelic or demonic. There are other things, and sometimes those things need energy. They're not fully formed enough, and so they can attach themselves to you, particularly across your back area, your low back. So my daughter-in-law bought me something. She bought me some body scrub that's salt body scrub. It's got oil in it, and it's got frankincense in it. So I use the body scrub, the salt body scrub, all over, which is the same thing as the Epsom salt. Like it's the same thing,
Mhm.
but it smells fantastic and it looks good and it leaves my skin looking good. So I'm like, I'm gonna come out of this looking good, smelling good but remember, never to drink or do any type of drug or even take medicine, or don't take medicines that will alter your mental capacity when you're investigating, because honestly, the few handfuls of times I've dealt with a demonic um, possession with clients, it has been because they lowered their um,
Resistance.
their shield and allowed this negative energy in. And the negative energy is just the food, because that's what follows behind them. All
Yep.
the negative energy, like minds, are together, just like positive is together, negative is together. Otherwise, it repels against each other. That's shown even scientifically. So don't drink or do drugs or do anything to mind alter what you are doing if you plan on trying to communicate with an interdimensional being of any sort. That's no cool. No cool at all.
Nope. No bueno.
Now, Native Americans have gone on shamanic spirit journeys, and they have taken things that were pretty fierce, some type of whatever it is,
Right.
smoke the peace pipe or whatever. But you have to understand the entire tribe was shielding them.
hmm
And this was a spirit quest for them to learn something about themselves. That is not the same thing. I'm not talking about the ceremonial beliefs of my people and the people of everyone that's on this show. I'm talking about doing an investigation. Let's make that one
Mm-hmm.
clear.
Sorry, I'm quiet, guys. I'm still paranormally hungover from
Yeah, now that is a
Saturday.
thing.
Yes, it
Have you
is.
guys ever had like the paranormal funk after?
I get the I want to go back. I want to go back and do it again. That's what I get. I get the missing it. Like as soon as I get to the house, it's like
You're so crazy.
it's over.
Man, you are so resilient. I mean, no wonder you were an athlete and in the military, and because you are just incorrigible, man. You get in there. I have literally fallen asleep in the floor of the camper investigating with that man right there, and we woke up and just went right to it like we never.
Yeah, that's the way it works for me. It's like I love doing this so much because I enjoy talking to spirits. I enjoy the company that I go out with.
Well, they love you.
Oh,
they love you. I could feel that with Seven, and I could feel that from Minnie.
Oh,
She
yeah.
was missing you. She missed your spirit guide, missed you.
She and her and Jenna can talk anytime they want to. They're on on speed dial with each other.
Yes, that's true. These girls hang together. They have girls' nights and everything, I think.
Yeah, I think they do actually. And Miss Becky, I hope you're feeling better and a lot of healing and love sent your way. And by the way, welcome back to Sweet Home Alabama.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Woo!
So Tom Gormley is saying that he also gets that paranormal hangover. Yes, and you do 110% for patrons. Man, he was on duty. You could see his when Tom was beside me when we were at MassCon, he greeted everybody. His professionalism was off the chart.
Yeah.
That's why I said, come on, let's go get lunch, because if not, he'd sat there and not ate. He ate.
Wow.
Not it. He wasn't a it.
It wasn't it yet.
No, G.
Yonk too.
So
Yeah.
Resnick is saying, I enjoy investigating. I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Resnick, that's my buddy. He's
Is it?
Hey, put your tribe in the chat because I can never remember it. But he's part of Red Road Paranormal.
Right
Red
on.
Road. No way. Where are they?
I know it's snowing where he's at. I don't know.
Resnick, baby, where are you? Send me a message, a friend request, follow me, something. Send a smoke signal, something. I want to talk.
Yeah, Brandon, he was nice enough to come to our other show we were on.
He's a Mohican.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Last of the Mohicans.
You're in Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
For real?
Yeah.
Would you like to come on the show and let's talk about the red way of investigating? It would thrill me. I would be so happy.
Yes.
I'll have some prayers together, Cherokee and Iroquois. I might have some Creek. I'm not sure. I'll look. And I'll show you my medicine wheel.
Yeah, I'm sure Rez will come on. He's a good dude.
Yeah.
Well, we could talk later. I put him right on the spot. Sorry, bro.
Yeah. One of the things you and Brandon
Rez, I'll send you a link right now, bro.
Well, come on. Get on the show. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. You just made my night. Oh, he's at the night job. We'll chill. We'll time
Don't
it.
get fired because of us.
Yeah, please. No, we'll be trying to find a way to help.
Livelihood, bro.
We'll get him on.
Did you see my candle, Brandon? I got it from
yes.
This is Rachel King is a beautiful woman. Yes. These things last forever, Blaine.
I know I need to get one. I'm feel like negative. I got no candle.
I still have the candle, Crumpus candle that I got from her before my Paracon.
Oh wow.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I have a little tin, that's about like that, like a little bar of soap but it's a tin and top pops off. I've been burning that thing since last year. That little thing. I mean
I've got
there's
this
soy
one from her.
Oh, that's
there's soy. I've got one over there that's a skull she sent me as a little bonus. Just a little. She sent me some love.
Yeah, she's awesome. She's got some.
Blaine, would you like one?
Yeah, I want one of the skull candles.
Let me send her a message.
I think this is the sweet tobacco smelling candle.
Oh, nice.
I think it says on the back here. Oh no, the candle is called Demonic Possession.
Even better.
Okay, so this one is called Funeral Flowers. I have the other one called Whore.
I love the
Right.
little
What is this one?
This is the Headless Horseman one.
Oh,
one.
let me
Nice.
wait. Let me see.
Headless Horseman.
Is it black?
No, it is black.
Oh, I like that. Do you see all of the herbs in there?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so Gwen and I have made a goal, a personal goal. What we want to do is I've got a greenhouse and we want to start seedlings of different herbs. And what we're going to
You're
do
welcome,
with,
Kimberly.
oh, yeah, that's so cool. Been working on the grounding. We did a lot of that last class. But anyway, to send her some herbs to make some candles. And I want to be able to do some herbal remedies too. So I'll be making some teas.
Oh,
Yeah.
Tracy. Oh,
I know, Tracy. We'll get those salts. She said that she was making some skulls that bleed from the eyes. If she could have made it to the Belmont.
hey, if she makes it to the Gilded Bat, trade her one of
I was
my.
going to say, yeah, I'll do that. I'll trade a pendulum for one of the. Thank you, Rez. I'll trade it for one of the bleeding skulls. And guess what I've got for you? Oh,
What?
I'm so sorry.
But
I've
wait,
been trying
there's
to remember.
more.
There's
And
more.
there's more.
Hold on.
Yay! That's funny.
It's coming. I'm coming. I dropped it. Shoot. Okay, here we go. Ouch.
Said.
Okay. Do you remember this? Okay, and she said she'll take that trade, Blaine.
Oh, nice.
Remember this? The
Yes.
Metatron's wheel. Guess what this is?
Oh.
It's yours.
What?
Remember they were on here, the fetters with the sacred geometry? Remember?
Yes.
Well, I don't know what this is. I have no idea what this little. Oh, I think that's from the wedding. Sorry. That was
Okay.
from the bird seed. The bird seed, I'm sending you a bag of
Nice.
the bird seed. Okay, so she's got you a remote because it comes with a remote. All of these different these things.
Oh, sweet.
These right here, there's 4 of them. They sell for $20 each, for the pack of 4.
Wow.
They sell for $20 by themselves. And didn't we sell some of these? Kim and Gwen? Because this is a Metatron's symbol. Okay. So all of that sacred geometry is there. So he's got this for you completed and your wheel. And all of that is a gift to you from the Fetters. The Cocoa Bean Creations and I have gone into a partnership. So I am showcasing their stuff at paranormal conferences.
Right on.
Yep. So I'm very excited. I've got yours. And here's mine. But I don't know what I did with the remote. That's okay. I'll probably end up breaking the remote anyway. I don't do well with remotes.
Me either, but hey.
I drop it and stuff just. Okay, so bless you.
Thank
okay,
you.
yeah, they were.
Thank
Kim
you.
had them on the tables. Yes, Becky was with me when I got mine, and
right
I
on.
just kept calling them. I've got earrings that are Ouija boards. I've got. Kim got a pair of. They're round and they're black crosses with a beautiful red gem in the center of it. It looks so good on Kim. I've got to get a picture of her with those. So yeah, beautiful stuff. And we sold a lot of books. I'm out of the Psychic Kids ones. They're gone. That's the end of that. I got to order more. Yeah.
Right on.
So I hate that I'm out, but
Hey,
it's a
I'm
good
happy.
problem.
Hey, I'm happy anybody bought one of them. My first attempt of writing a book, and I'm glad people actually liked it. I can't wait till they read the new one we did, Lee.
Speaking of books, I just got to sit down and start writing mine. God.
I know.
Okay, so I'm trying. Tracy said she sent me something. I'm trying to find what she sent because she wanted me to show. Oh, I know what she's talking about. You're gonna have a fit over this, guys, especially Blaine and Brandon. Here we go. Tracy's making these shirts and she's bringing them Saturday. Now, if you want one of these, Blaine, I could take the money that you made from the other,
Yeah, if she's got a triple X, get it for me.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for having a blast with me. Unfortunately, it says Facebook user, so I don't know who I'm talking to.
Brian did Georges.
Oh, yeah, I had a blast.
Brian, are you coming this weekend? I want to make sure we have enough. I'm putting a lot into this weekend.
You're going to have a lot of fun.
I hope so. I just want to make sure, because you know that old saying, the old thing where, it's Jenny. Jenny's the Facebook user. Have you ever done light as a feather, stiff as a board, and then lifted somebody?
Yeah.
No, but it was done in one of my favorite movies, The Craft.
Yeah. Well, we're going to do that. We're going to attempt it. She's printing that.
Yeah, I've already put my order in.
Yeah, me too.
That's
Yeah.
badass.
I thought you would like it. It's so funny. Everybody that's ever worn any of the shirts I got from Tracy, they go, "Oh my God, I love this shirt. Such good quality." So Tracy's going to be there vending. I'm going to have my books there. I don't know if I'm going to get all the jewelry and stuff out, but the pendulums I will, for people to try. And we're going to start downstairs. We're going to do a welcome from me. I will do, the same thing with, because Matt's not going to be there. So I'll have to say welcome on behalf of me and the one that's not here. And then I'll introduce Brandon and,
Hi, that's me.
Yes, that's you. And then after that, I'm going to introduce Erica, and then I'm going to do like the psychic roundtable is what we started doing in my group at the Belmont. People would walk into a room and basically notate what they feel in that room. So when they go back in, they would have that same feeling, or see if it's changed, and go ahead and be thinking about their questions. The other thing is I want us to focus on some objects. Hey, Anne-Marie Young, I hope you're coming to the Gilded Bat in Newberry. I'll be giving you guys my Venmo and my Cash App so that you guys can pay for it. I'm running a special. Instead of $30, I'm going with $20. I'm doing a special for the show. So please be sure to, when you pay this, just say, for the show. But my Venmo is coming back. Hold on. This is all I got right now. So I'll tell you what it is in a minute. But if you recruit 3 people, then you're free, just like in the classes.
There's your Venmo.
Thank you. Venmo is at LEI-Brown.
And your Cash App.
Cool.
See, I'm a very prepared producer.
You're a good producer, Brandon.
And you can pay Blaine through Google Pay. Just pay him just because he's Blaine.
Yeah. I'll take it.
Again, here's the Venmo.
All right. So we have been talking about tell me your ghost story. I want to know, Brandon, how you got into the supernatural.
Basic stories, everyone that I've talked to. My grandfather passed away.
Oh, wow.
And then a couple days later, he was in my room. It was my grandfather. He smelled the same. It was him, and I couldn't figure out why. So that kind of started the curiosity. It didn't turn It didn't turn into a passion until, like, what was the Leonard Nimoy show? In Search of.
In Search of, yeah.
When I started seeing those, then it was, oh my God, people actually look into this. So, that was probably when I was 10 or so.
Right. So it's just been something you've always leaned toward, and then now you've got somebody on the other side of the veil.
Well, I'm sure. I mean, I was born into the medicine traditions, so
Sure you were. Yep.
you know.
Yeah, you got a long line like me and Lee do. So we just, we were begotten by that one who begot that one who begot that one who begot that one, all that kind
Yeah.
of
Oh
stuff.
yeah. Yes. Oh, I
Well, do
got something
you?
cool Saturday. I got
Oh,
this.
yeah?
This was
Wait a
given
minute.
to me,
Oh, that's badass.
right? And it's by Pink Hippo something.
Yeah.
Here's why I can
Uh,
remember that, because they put a pink hippo on there
isn't that cute?
because
Christy,
I forget
Chri-
things.
Christy Hamill. Oh Lord, what's the last name? Her husband is Kyle, and she, hyphenates her name.
Yeah.
But anyway, her mother made them. She made 100 for me, and I did some bartering to get them, and poof, they were all gone just like that. So I need more. Christy, if you're watching, I need some more. And I have some hats, and I want to get a little coin size to go on the hat. So I hope that we can get that done. So the name of the event this weekend is called Spirits and Shadows at the Gilded Bat. Okay, and I'm going to share in our StreamYard. This is called Spirits and Shadows at the Gilded Bat. The way that you get tickets is that you use my Venmo or my Cash App. We've already posted that. And there's the event page. Please go there and let me know you're coming so I'll know how much pizza to order. And it's not going to be crap
Pizza.
pizza. It's not going to be the
Pizza.
shit pizza.
Not
It's
not Little
good
Caesars.
people.
So no
Pizza
Little
Nick.
Pizza.
Caesars, no Domaho, and no pizza Slut. Yeah.
And not Taco Hell either.
Oh God.
Yeah, we're getting real pizza. So it'll be good. So I'm really excited about the fact that I've got this guy, Buddy. He's a realtor. His name is Buddy Livingston. He's actually given me some support about the paranormal in Newberry and getting me some really cool information. I really needed that boost. It feels really good to be supported by a business. So I don't think they're going to be at this event, but they welcomed it with open arms and told me I would be, welcomed, and I have been so far.
Right on.
So, yep. And this Saturday will also be the Ritz Theater Fest, called the Ritz Fest. And they are actually getting money together for teenage suicide prevention program. That 78%, I think is what they said, of people that die under the age of 18 is due to suicide.
Mm-hmm.
So they're trying to bring awareness to that. And, it's really amazing what they're trying to do in the neighborhood and the awareness of that. Lady is so cool. Anyway, Blaine, you told us how you got into the paranormal. Christopher, tell me about you.
I've had dreams and experiences my whole life since I was 3 years old.
How
That's how
many
I
have
got
you had any
started.
near-death experiences?
I only remember one was right after I was born. And as you know, I've had a pretty difficult early childhood. Almost didn't make it.
I know.
It was
Well,
weird going back, trying to go back to the light, and then coming back. I was in the hospital. It was really weird remembering that. I
I'm
was
sure it
just a
is.
baby.
Well, I just wondered because I'd never really asked you that. And I was wondering where, where did it all come from for you? Because you have got a real knack of being able to do EVPs, from a distance, and we always get something. So maybe we could do some stuff. I don't know if we can at the Gilded Bat. I don't know if it's going to be, because I was shocked at how many people came to the Belmont. I mean, we were
Oh yeah.
42 people over what I expected. So, yeah.
And I dreamed of what happened in the hospital. It was like when I was about a year old or something like that. I was in a regular child's bed, pediatric bed,
Yeah.
and I dreamed of I was
You've had a lot of symbolic dreams.
this
So,
bronze flying pig, which is a symbol from Florence, Italy. I had to research it, find out what it means.
okay.
They have What's interesting, they have a similar monument that looks exactly like that in the center of the city.
Well, have you guys got any advice for people that's going to go to the event this weekend? And, we have some other things coming up. And look for the next class starting. It'll be in March. Is it March? May. The next class will start in May, and we'll be going to Savannah, Georgia. And this is what I was telling you earlier, and I interrupted myself. I went to Tennessee this past weekend with work, and I met a lady named Karen, and she owns 2 haunted Victorian houses in the Lee County area of Tennessee. And she said that each house can sleep 10 people, which means, paranormal, us spookies could line up 20 people a house. You know how we do. And she said we could, rent both of them, and it's near Gap Cave.
Ooh.
And so we can go into Gap Cave. She has access to the historic theater downtown.
Ooh.
And also we can rent ATVs and stuff like that. But she really wants to get to the bottom of how her place is really, what is going on there, because repairmen will not go there without her, because they said they hear footsteps and hear voices, and they don't want to be there alone. I think they're afraid they're going to hurt themselves or tear up the house,
Road
by
trip.
accident.
Road trip.
So, yes.
I'm good with it.
Me too.
Yeah. Well, it'll
Let's tear
be
up
in
the car
June,
right now.
Blaine. So by the time, you get stuff settled with
I
your
know.
vehicles, we should be good to go. You know what? You never know, but Matt might be able to fly and get you.
Be cool.
That would be cool. I don't know if his plane is strong enough to have 2 people in bags and stuff. He might have to get
Buddy.
James to come and get you. All right, so we've got another question. Okay, I have a question. Can you have a premonition, and you're talking to someone of the past that you have never met, and then you are woken by tapping on your waist through the blankets? What would you call that? Okay, now let me see if I've got that. Okay, so you feel like you're going to meet someone that is deceased. So it would be from a whole different era of time.
Mm-hmm.
You feel like that's about to happen, and then the next thing you know, you're being tapped, and you wake up, and you feel like that person came to you. Is that it? Is that what we?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would
All
call
right.
that an interaction. They're getting you the best, easiest way they know how to is in your subconscious while you're sleeping.
Yes.
And then to let you verify that they were there and that is something happening, you got touched by them, to let you know. And they did it not to scare you, is the reason they come out first in the dream instead of just touching you right away. So they went in the safest way they thought that wouldn't harm the person they're trying to contact. And usually there's a reason that spirit contacted them to begin with.
Yes.
It might be that they're on the same wavelength, same energy level, and they felt attracted to you that way.
Yeah.
Or it could just be a direct where they come to you because they know they get what they want to come across through you.
I like that. I'm going to take this. I think I'm feeling something. Okay, from the person that posted this. Okay, I feel like this person was remembering. You're getting a fragment memory of a past life.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like what's happening is that you accidentally summoned them to your life, and they knew that you were having the connection, and they were letting you know that they were there. It's a very powerful moment. All right, so Michael Robert is saying, I have a question. Christians and other different religions do not believe in, wait a minute, let me, they don't believe in that when you die, you can't remain on earth. Okay, wait a minute. I have a question. Christians and other different religions do not believe that when you die, you remain on earth. They believe you're just either going to hell or heaven. And they are also saying that these proof of afterlife, that you guys go out to these places to prove that things exist, are actually not human beings that died. They're actually demons. Do you guys believe in that, or do you have a different feeling about it?
But Michael,
Okay.
I'll answer this one because I get this one a lot. Okay, Michael, for one, it does not say anywhere in the Bible that when you die, you go directly to heaven or hell.
That's
Okay,
right.
because you are on an earthly plane where God has you, so your spirit lingers in a purgatory between the two. Now, when the rapture happens, when Armageddon happens, it says in the Bible they will pull up 144,000 spirits, okay? The souls. And the other ones will be left here on earth, reunited and reborn into the new world, okay? But yeah, it doesn't say one place in the Bible that the dead go straight to heaven or hell. There is a waiting period before you go because the rapture has not happened as of yet. So
Now, I'm going to go a little step further. That was
go
a
for it.
really well stated. In most Christian religions, and I'd like for you to look this up, it says that only through Christ can you, have eternal life. And that means that you can actually not exist anymore unless you are connected with Christ. So there's more to it than just heaven or hell. There's a lot more to that. And I've never said that I don't believe in heaven or hell. Actually, I do believe that they are dimensions. I mean, where is hell? Where is heaven? Heaven is not up, and it's not into the earth. That's crazy. I know that there are things in the earth and there's beings there. I mean, but that's a whole nother topic. What happens when you die is that you go to another dimension. And science has proven at least 7 new dimensions total,
Mhm.
which means there's thousands.
Yeah,
Okay.
it says in Enoch there's 7 of both heavens and hell.
Okay, so Michael, I would love for you to spend some time reading the book of Enoch, as well as all of the Dead Sea Scrolls, because if you're reading the King James Version, it has been filtered out so much because King James was not a Christian. Okay, he was basically trying to find a way to rule over Christians because he wanted what he wanted. So the best thing to do is start from the top and ask yourself what happens after death, and go further than just looking at, is heaven real or is hell real and that kind of thing. I can tell you that it is. All right. But what happens to your immortal soul is first of all, is the soul everlasting? Is there a such thing as an eternal soul? So this is a very strong question, and I'm going to try to get this answered. First of all, energy has been proven. The law of thermodynamics is that energy cannot be created or destroyed, only changed. So with that in mind, you have to say yes, that the eternal soul continues, because it may dissipate and where you're like a single drop of rain. It may be that you're just going to continue to live. I mean, how you die is such a minute thing compared to all of eternity. So look at, if you're going to look at the Bible for these answers, I would suggest that you also look in the Old Testament and compare those notes, and realize that first of all, this human soul does remain going, and that the energy that you push off, whether it's positive or negative, that is actually what is the judgment, because like energies attract. So if you're a very negative person and you haven't accepted, being forgiven and having a positive outlook on your life, you're not going to the positive place. So that is a thing. And where is that place anyway? And I say that is a dimension. And by knowing those things, we are interdimensional beings. And the fact that we can see through these dimensions is telling me that something has happened between what they call the veils. And there's been polar changes within the earth. There's more electromagnetic waves on this earth than ever before. It's not a situation where what you read in the Bible has remained constant, because nobody ever said there would never be another prophet. Okay, they're prophets still,
Mm-hmm.
and then the earth changes still. So I want you to know that, I love these kinds of discussions. Michael, thank you for asking me. Please follow me and send me more questions. I'm actually writing about this now. I've got 2 big tests, and then I start my dissertation for my PhD in philosophy. And I've had to study all religions, and I'm still working on Muslim because it's so different for me. But regardless, we are all connected by love, and love conquers all things, and positive energy conquers all things. And he's saying, thank you very much. It's just a question that I have because my father's Christian and he totally does not believe in this. And actually, I don't believe in it, but thank you. And we'll be reading that. Absolutely. If
Right
you
on.
need me to send you an ebook copy of the Book of Enoch, I'm happy to do it. And please also do what you can to read all of them. I have most of them by electronic form if you want them. There's a reason why they were taken out of the Bible. And it's because of control. And
And
I
if
just
you
want
have
you
any
to know.
questions about that too, find me,
Oh, I didn't
because
know that. Okay.
I've been studying the Apocrypha, and especially the Book of Enoch, for
Yeah.
probably 11 years now.
Yeah.
So,
And I learn
I
something new
didn't
every
know
time I go.
that.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yay.
Yeah. I learn something new every time I go into Enoch. It's like, okay, I've probably read this like 100 times.
Oh, Michael's saying he accidentally said he doesn't believe. He does. He just
Okay.
wanted to correct that. So
You know what? That's fine
got
that
it.
your father doesn't want to. I mean, that's his choice. He believes whatever he wants to believe. We support that. But just doing this as long as I have and Lee have and Brandon
yes.
have, and actually being able to talk to spirits that'll tell you that it's like, best way to describe it is like when you're born, okay, you take your first steps, you say your first words, you go to school, you get blah, 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 all the way to the day you die. Okay, those are steps in your life. And the afterlife, you have other steps you have to go to that
Yes.
bring you up to the
Yes.
level, because ours is such a constant that you're, I like to say you're recycled, because you'll go to this life and learn something, then you'll go through several other dimensions, learn other stuff that you should have learned on this trip, and what you didn't learn from there, you go back and learn again. But yeah, it's a never-ending cycle. But yeah, it's pretty cool.
One of my favorite songs is Highwayman's song, and it's Johnny Cash and Chris Christopherson, Waylon
Waylon
Jennings,
Jennings.
and Willie Nelson, and they're singing about the lives that they had and how they'll keep coming back again and
Yep.
again, how they died, and these things. I mean, I just want you guys to know, if you have trouble trying to sort through these things about your belief systems, please know that I am not trying to.
No.
I'm not trying to be your preacher or anything, but I would like to show you what I've seen and the aha moments I've had. And I do want you to know that there are many types of angels as well. And some of the angels that we see, they don't look like cherubs. They're
No.
not Valentine cards. Okay. They're pretty looking. And there are some angels that are not able to even speak with God. They have to go through other angels
Mhm.
to do so. So a lot of the things that we see that are pretty fierce looking, that's intimidating to us, that doesn't mean that they are negative. So as any of you, please, if you have questions, let's look at it together. I've got a whole plethora of ebooks. I collect sacred texts and ebooks and papers, and I'm getting ready to have to do this dissertation. Like I said, I could use your input and questions. I want this to be good. I want to go out with a bang with
Right
this
on.
thing and finish it up. So please, let's all look at it together. But there's so many similarities between Muslim and Hindu and Christian and Judaism, and there's just so much, and so much of it is
I need to
where
do
you
a couple quick shout outs before I lose these
do it,
people.
baby. Go.
Signy, hello. I haven't seen Signy in forever. Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah.
And Dark Horse, I see Dark Horse Paranormal out there.
Yeah, what was that?
That's Chris Carr and Kristen Johnson. They have
Oh,
Bigfoot and the
hey!
Bunny.
Right on.
I love those guys.
Thank you guys for watching. I just wanted
Thank
to make
you
sure
so
I
much.
caught them.
Yeah. Good eye there, Brandon.
Oh, thank you very much.
And
How's
Oh,
fun
and
with them?
Anne Marie, thank you for the compliment about our explanations. Blaine and I try our best. It's not easy to wrap all of that up in just a few sentences. So I did my best, but I'm here. If anybody has any questions, if I don't know the answers, I will find them.
Mhm.
Oh,
And, Dark Horse, they bring up a good question, but Signy just said, yes, it's almost been 2 years, Signy, since we've hunted together. We got to get together. Sorry. Dark Horse says, we love the physical appearance of angels. What do we think? And we just kind of covered that. But that reminded me what I was going to say. There's supposedly an angel that is nothing but wheels with eyeballs on it that flies through the air. I mean,
yeah, that's scary. There's so many, and truthfully, we're not able to see them in our human eye, with our human eye. And I do believe that angels are used to select shaman, because most all of the indigenous tribes prophesied there would be a Messiah. So it does correlate. Now, this thing you're asking about going down the road and seeing spirits and animals, absolutely. 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 I saw a wagon on fire and it went speeding past my car, and my car moved like that. Mom saw it. I saw it, scared the poo-poo out of me. And my husband and I have seen things going down the road. My daughter and I, sometimes when the veil is super thin, I can't tell that I see spirit animals and I can't tell they're not real. And well, what I mean by that is in physical form, because I'm slamming on brakes trying to miss this. One time it was an eagle. One time it was like a wolf coyote thing. Another time it's been a whole herd of deer. And I'm slamming on brakes. Matt, look, and Matt's like, honey, that's not there. That's not real. I can't, and Mom and I are looking at it saying, Matt, it is. And he's like, I'm telling you, I don't see it. You guys are seeing spirit. So that is absolutely the truth. And when that starts, either the veils are thin between those dimensions or you are getting a spiritual upgrade. So buckle up, Buttercup. You'll be seeing more.
All the time. I mean, it's amazing now that I can, especially for me and Lee and Brandon too, it helps a lot, is we'll be somewhere riding and all of a sudden I'll see I'll see my bear cross the road. I'll see my wolf cross the road. I'll see my wife's spirit animals. And as soon as hers come through, she's like, is that mine? I'm like, yeah, baby.
So hard.
And she's seeing them now. It's pretty cool. It's like, and I think it tripped out the first time we saw spirit animals. It was a rabbit and her little bunnies. And it was so clear that Jennifer even saw it. And did like you do. I hit the brakes. And Jennifer's like, she's like, don't hit the rabbits. And I looked and the rabbits, it's like, you look at the other side of the street where they should have been. No, it was a lit street too. So you would have seen them right coming right off the asphalt, but nope, they were gone. So Jennifer's like, I guess I could say I've seen spirit animals now. And
bless her heart.
Rabbit is one of hers.
Look, we got to get Anna and Jennifer together, and I want to be there too.
Oh yeah,
We've
that'd
got a bucket list. Okay, so Anne Marie Young is asking about thoughts about pictures of nature and being able to see different images in them. Some of that is actually your eyes trying to make a figure out of leaves or shadows or
Yeah.
things like that. But
pareidolia is what it's
thank
called.
you.
Yep, pareidolia, and you also have matrixing too, that your brain's already predetermined that it fills in blanks that aren't there.
Yeah, like looking at pixelated things, and you can make them into different things. Looking at clouds, and I see an elephant. Well, I see a whale. That kind of thing.
Mhm.
I wonder if
However,
the clouds ever say, "I see idiots."
Yeah, no shit.
oh,
Okay,
Hey, look, another idiot. Oh,
right?
geez, I
y'all
can't count no
idiots.
more. Oh,
Oh,
you
you
idiot.
idiots!
But I
And
will say
idiots.
that there are a lot of spirits in nature that exist that a lot of people don't recognize.
Mhm.
Different kinds of nature elementals, natural elementals, even things like fairies. People don't know that ogres really exist, that kind of thing. They don't look like what you think they do, but they
No.
do exist. So, keep your spirit connected with nature, Anne Marie, because that means
Yes.
that you're grounding there. If you
Mhm.
are drawn to look at images of nature, please remember, get out in nature. If it means just getting in your yard, and if the weather permits, put your feet in grass, or you could
Yep.
do some gardening or whatever. Get in there, play with dirt, make some mud pies, because it
Mhm.
will keep you grounded.
Yep.
And Audrey is saying that she said, "Thank you for answering all of my questions." And yes, Audrey, I know all about your property in
Yep.
Star Iva area. Michael, you're asking about residual hauntings. That is actually something I discuss in my book, Parapsychology 101. I have a theory about how residual hauntings start, because I was actually doing a residual, well, I didn't know it was a residual haunting, but I was doing an investigation. And this young lady said there's a spirit that runs down her hall, slams on the front door, and slides down. And when we got images, it was a little girl, and the neighbors came over. Everybody was working on this case because this young lady had just inherited the house. And as it turns out, one of the neighbors said, "This looks like her when she was young." And they brought out the photo albums. And then the girl started crying, and she said that her uncle had chased her down the hallway, and there was violence and things. So she was actually haunting herself. It was a residual haunting from that moment.
Mm.
And so we had to work on some electromagnetic items that we put around on the property to polarize it different ways to try to stop it, because we felt like the plates under the earth was recording that it happened, that was so violent and so emotional. It's what's keeping, because it was on a timer, and like it happened at certain times. And so we would definitely put those things there so that it would stop it. And I told her there's nothing we can do to completely stop it, because this is not an intellectual thing to reason with. And I said, you might have to sell the house. I don't know. But she finally did not call me back. She said she was going to counseling about what had happened to her, that she'd never really talked about it, that her best friend that lived next door was the only one that knew. And she had inherited the house from her uncle. And she felt like maybe something unresolved in her triggered this. And I believe she's doing okay. But I just thought that
Yeah.
was a very unique situation. Thank you, Kim. I'm glad you think it's a great show.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah, we
the
think you so much.
veils are actually thin most of the time,
Mhm.
because of all the electromagnetic fields out there. The poles from the earth has shifted, so all of that's had to be updated. And so I actually have a lecture about that. There's a lot to that, and maybe after we get through with doing our tell us your ghost story kind of thing, I'll go into some of that. I don't want to be boring, but there's a lot to talk about. Oh, and Anne Marie's got a green thumb. See,
Go
woohoo!
Glenn.
I would
Go
love to
Kim.
get some bulbs from you. You keep
Mm.
playing in the dirt. I'm one of those too. And she's got good pictures too. I'd love to see them. And I was doing the ghost tour, in Abbeville that Margie does. And I just randomly took pictures. I was shooting over the top of Gwen's head and everything else and got 4 full body apparitions. It's insane. So, all right. Well, we have got to wrap this up. Blaine, Brandon, do you guys have any afterthoughts?
Just I'm tired.
I'm tired too. Christopher's back. Hey, Christopher. Have you got a few sentences of things to say?
Yes.
I think people need to really read carefully about the religious information about spirits and stuff like that. The King James Version. Once you start studying all of Christianity, I hate to say this on air, but it's actually blasphemous.
Okay. Well, see, that's your forte. That's why I asked you to get some prayers together from other religions. I really, really would like to make sure certain people have those. I was called into an exorcism just today, so I'd like to have them going into that too. I love you guys. Thank you so much for everything. You can always go to my Facebook page, Instagram, all of that for Blaine Rohan, for Brandon Cooper, Supernatural Inc., Christopher Wayne Fisher, and Michael. I'm glad that you're thankful for what we're doing. And don't worry about proving these things exist. Think about what they do. Don't think of why. You're going to waste your time. Think about what. What is it? Okay? Don't worry about trying to prove to other people. You focus on your own growth. And I don't want to sound bossy, big sister, but yes, we do say a prayer before and after. All right, so here's our indigenous prayer. May the warm winds of heaven blow softly upon your house. May the Great Spirit bless all who enter there. May your moccasins make happy tracks in many snows, and may the rainbow always touch your shoulder. It's been a great night with Family Spirit International, and I hope to see you at the Spirits and Shadows Gilded Bat this Saturday. Tickets have been reduced to $20 a piece. And as tonight we say, thank you for watching Family Spirit International.
Подъем.